Is about to return. Yes, well, let me explain, of course. Give me a chance. I want to tell you all about how the man that brought us so many mega hits is apparently putting pen to paper to finish his latest. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good to see you. Thanks so much for joining me today. By the way, can I just thank you for all your lovely comments about By Royal Command, and of course the wonderful character, actress, impersonator, whatever you want to call her, Jeanette Charles. What a character, what a lady, what a career, and really just a fluke, you know, when you look into her life story. Incredible to think that she made such a career out of course, being our wonderful monarch for so many years. As I said, lucky enough to meet her, very funny, very down to earth, but you could never quite get over. Sometimes you thought, it could be the Queen. It's frightening, isn't it, when you think, check out the video if you've got the time. Some people might say, of course, the age of the big musical is over. You know, for many people, that was Rodgers and Hammerstein, and then they were all turned into those wonderful MGM movies, weren't they? You know, South Pacific, all that sort of stuff. Really, in the 70s and 80s, the musical landscape belonged to this man, Lord Andrew Lloyd Webber, recently bestowed another honour by, of course, His Majesty the King, and done so much for the world of musical theatre for many decades. Of course, it's always tricky, isn't it? Because you have a golden period, and let's be honest, you know, Andrew's had unparalleled success with things like Joseph and His Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, Starlight Express, you know, Phantom of the Opera, Love Never Dies. Sadly, his last big attempt was a version of Cinderella. And sadly for him, because of the pandemic, it was beset with mega problems, you know, because people just, as we all know, wouldn't go to the theatre. So it didn't matter what you said, did, or encouraged them, they wouldn't go. But the good news is, if you are a fan of musical theatre, looks like the good Lord has now been back at the keyboard, as it were, and apparently teaming up once again with a celebrated lyricist, Sir Tim Rice. Met them both great people, as I say. Andrew Lloyd Webber, by the way, I just share you a secret with you. He's very shy, you know, in real life, yeah, incredibly shy. A couple of other points, he can't work a mobile and doesn't work a computer. But when you're that rich, do you need to bother? I mean, would you and I be like this? I don't think well, you could come and work, you could work this at camera. Yeah, why am I doing this? Yes, you come along and do it. But seriously, he doesn't like doing it. And also when he's interviewed, most times he does like to be sitting behind a keyboard, even if it's just like, you know, one of those electronic things. He prefers a piano, but a keyboard will do. I think that's to hide behind. He feels secure with the keys. But according to a very good source, Andrew looks to be putting music together on a light musical based on the celebrated creation from Arthur Conan Doyle, all about Sherlock Holmes. And the reason I mention this to you is that, you know, our chums, our friendship group is, would you go and see something like that based on Sherlock Holmes? It's tricky, isn't it? You see, over here in London at the Palace Theatre, the play, the Harry Potter play, is just gone through the roof. Very little publicity, sold out all performances. So it just depends if the brand's big enough. Now, you and I are no doubt big Sherlock Holmes fans. But are the younger generation, I know they made a TV series a while back with Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman, but it was loosely based on that, so it was slightly pushed away from the traditional stories. But apparently Andrew thinks that this could be the thing that will catapult him back into the West End darlings. As ever, what I would say is it all depends on ticket prices and, of course, just how brilliant the score is. But he is a brilliant master sort of composer, there's no two ways about that. But I throw it back to you. Would you go and see a musical based on Sherlock Holmes? Be interesting to know what our chums think out there. And of course, can he work his magic one more time? Please let me know, like and share and comment, and as ever, be respectful. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.